The worst part about betrayal is that it never comes from your enemies. I learned this lesson on a rainy Tuesday afternoon when I returned from my business trip to find my wedding dress missing and my sister's perfume lingering in my apartment. I'm Ellie, and until that moment, I thought I had everything figured out. Successful career? Check. Perfect fiancé? Check. Close relationship with my only sister? Double check. But life has a way of shattering your illusions all at once. Christine, something's wrong, I said into my phone, pacing my walk-in closet where my wedding dress should have been. The dress is gone, and Amelia's been here. I can smell her signature vanilla perfume everywhere. Ellie, sit down. Christine's voice was unnaturally steady. There's something you need to know. My stomach dropped. Christine never used that tone unless something was terribly wrong. I sank onto my bed, still in my travel clothes. Amelia and Axel got married yesterday, in your dress. The words hit me like a physical blow. I gripped my phone tighter, knuckles turning white. What? It's all over social media. I tried calling you, but my flight was delayed, I whispered. My phone was dead. The pieces started falling into place. Axel's recent distance, Amelia's excessive interest in my wedding plans, the way they both encouraged me to take this business trip despite the tight timeline before the wedding. I'm coming over, Christine declared. No, I said quickly, surprising myself with how steady my voice sounded. I need to handle this myself. After hanging up, I opened Instagram. There they were, dozens of photos of my sister in my dress, kissing my fiancé. My dress. My fiancé. My sister. The caption under Amelia's post read, "When you know it's meant to be. Sorry, sis. Sometimes love can't wait." I laughed. Actually laughed. Because while they were playing their little game, they had no idea about the cards I held. My phone buzzed with a text from Bruno, my mentor. Deals sealed. You now own controlling interest in Harris Technologies. Announcement goes public next week. Congratulations. Axel's family company. The one he'd been trying to save for the past year. The one I'd just acquired through a series of shell companies and careful maneuvering. The doorbell rang. I opened it to find Layla, Amelia's best friend, standing there with an apologetic look. Ellie, I'm so sorry. I tried to stop her, but... Come in, Layla, I said calmly. Tell me everything. She settled on my couch, wringing her hands. It was planned for weeks. Amelia said you didn't deserve Axel, that you were too focused on your career. She said he came to her, that they fell in love. I listened, noting every detail, every player in this betrayal. Layla's story spilled out. How Amelia had copied my apartment key, how she'd convinced Axel that I was cheating on him with a business partner, how they'd planned their wedding to coincide with my business trip. They're having a celebration dinner tonight at LeBlanc, Layla finished. I thought you should know. After she left, I stood at my window, watching the rain. My phone buzzed again. Axel calling. I declined it, then opened my laptop to check my emails. The acquisition paperwork was there, waiting for my final signature. My finger hovered over the mouse. One click, and I'd own everything Axel's family had built over 3 generations. One click, and I could destroy them both. The rain intensified outside, matching the storm brewing inside me. Another text came through, this time from Amelia. Please don't hate me. We need to talk. I closed my eyes, remembering all the times I'd protected her, supported her, loved her. How many times had I picked up the pieces of her mistakes? How many times had I put her first? Opening my eyes, I clicked Sign on the acquisition documents. Then, I opened my closet, pulled out my best dress, not white, but blood red, and began to get ready. They wanted to play games? Fine. But they'd forgotten one crucial detail about me. I never played to participate. I played to win. As I applied my lipstick, my phone lit up with a text from Bruno. Confirmation received. Congratulations on your new company, CEO. I smiled at my reflection. Sometimes karma needs a little help, and I was more than happy to assist. You're scary when you're calm like this, Christine said, watching me pour us both a glass of wine in my kitchen. I expected tears, screaming, maybe some plate throwing. But this? She gestured at my composed demeanor. This is terrifying. What's terrifying is how predictable they both are, I replied, sliding her glass across the counter. Did you know Axel's been trying to secure additional funding for months? His family's company is hemorrhaging money. Christine's eyes widened. And you bought it? Through shell companies and private equity firms. Bruno helped structure it so neither of them would notice. I took a sip of wine. Axel was so busy planning his little betrayal, he didn't even notice who was buying up shares. Jesus, Ellie! Christine leaned forward. What are you planning? The doorbell interrupted us. Through the peephole, I saw Bruno's familiar silhouette. I opened the door to find him holding a thick manila envelope. The final paperwork, he said, stepping inside. Everything's in order, but we need to discuss timing. We gathered around my dining table, spreading documents across its surface. Bruno pointed to several key sections, while Christine watched, fascinated. The announcement goes public next week, Bruno explained. Once it does, the board will be restructured. Axel's position as CEO becomes redundant. He doesn't know? Christine asked. He's been too busy stealing my sister and my dress to notice his company slipping through his fingers, I said, signing another document. My phone buzzed. Another call from Axel. 7th one today. You should answer it, Bruno suggested. Keep him off balance. I hit accept. Hello, Axel. Ellie, thank God. We need to talk. His voice was strained. What happened? It's not what you think. Oh? So you didn't marry my sister in my wedding dress? Silence. That's what I thought. I kept my voice light, pleasant. Congratulations, by the way. I hope you both got everything you wanted. Ellie, please. I have to go. I'm in the middle of something important. Business, you know how it is. I hung up before he could respond. Christine whistled low. Ice cold. Speaking of business, Bruno interjected, we need to discuss the gala next week. The acquisition announcement will be made there. All major shareholders are expected to attend. Including Axel and his family, I noted, a plan forming. Send them all invitations. Make it impossible to refuse. Ellie, Christine touched my arm. Are you sure about this? Revenge might feel good now, but this isn't just revenge, I interrupted. This is business. Axel's family company is failing because of his mismanagement. I'm saving it. And if I happen to destroy his reputation in the process, well, I shrugged. Karma! My phone buzzed again, this time with a text from Amelia. Please answer my calls. I can explain everything. Your sister's persistent, Bruno observed. She's scared, I corrected. She knows me well enough to know I don't get mad. I get even. Christine picked up one of the documents. What about the employees? The people who depend on Harris Technologies for their livelihoods? They'll be protected. I've already planned a restructuring that preserves most positions. I turned to Bruno. Speaking of which, how's the PR strategy coming along? Ready to go. We're positioning this as a rescue operation. Young, innovative CEO saves struggling company. He smiled. The press will love it. Another text from Axel. Just saw the gala invitation. We need to talk before then, please. I showed it to Bruno, who chuckled. He's starting to sweat. Good. What's your next move? Christine asked. I walked to my window, looking out at the city lights. Tomorrow, I'm going shopping for a gala dress, something unforgettable. Then I'm going to show up at their celebration dinner tonight at LeBlanc. Ellie, Christine started. Don't worry, I assured her. I won't make a scene. I'll just congratulate the happy couple. Maybe mention how excited I am about next week's business announcement. Bruno gathered the documents, sliding them back into the envelope. Remember, discretion is crucial until the announcement. Trust me, I said, checking my reflection in the mirror. I know exactly what I'm doing. As they left, Christine hugged me tightly. Just don't lose yourself in this, okay? I watched them leave, then checked my phone one last time. A new text from Amelia. Saw you're attending the gala. What are you planning? I smiled, typing back. Just supporting my sister's new family. Isn't that what sisters do? Slipping my phone into my purse, I grabbed my keys. LeBlanc was waiting, and I had a dinner to crash. Sometimes the best revenge isn't served cold. It's served with a smile and perfect timing. LeBlanc was exactly as pretentious as I remembered. All crystal chandeliers and white tablecloths. I spotted them immediately. Amelia in a designer dress that probably cost more than her monthly salary. Axel looking uncomfortable in his tailored suit. They were surrounded by friends. Champagne flowing freely. "Table for one," I told the maitre d', loud enough to carry. Heads turned. Conversations stopped. Amelia's champagne glass froze halfway to her lips. "Ah, Ellie!" she gasped, standing up so quickly her chair scraped against the floor. "What are you—" "Don't let me interrupt," I smiled, accepting the menu from the hovering waiter. "I just came for the lamb. It's excellent here, isn't it, Axel? We used to order it every anniversary." Axel's face had lost all color. "Ellie, please." "Oh God, I'm so sorry." I covered my mouth in mock embarrassment. "It's not anniversary anymore, is it? My mistake. Congratulations, by the way. The photos were beautiful. My dress looked lovely on you, Amelia." The silence at their table was deafening. Their friends shifted uncomfortably, some avoiding eye contact, others openly staring. "You should join us," one of Axel's business associates called out, clearly trying to diffuse the tension. "We're celebrating." "That's so kind," I replied, settling into my table within perfect earshot of theirs. "But I wouldn't want to impose. Besides, I have some work to review before next week's big announcement." Axel's head snapped up. "What announcement?" "Oh, you'll find out soon enough. The gala invitation went out today, didn't it? I'm sure it'll be a night to remember." A waiter appeared with a bottle of champagne. "Compliments of Mr. Pearson," he said, pouring me a glass. I raised it in Axel's direction. "To new beginnings." Amelia stood up abruptly. "We need to talk, now." She grabbed my arm, pulling me toward the ladies' room. Inside the opulent bathroom, she spun to face me. "What are you doing?" "Having dinner," I said, checking my lipstick in the mirror. "The lamb really is excellent here." "Stop it!" Her voice cracked. "Stop acting like this doesn't hurt you. I know you, Ellie. You're planning something." I turned to face her. "You're right. You do know me. So you know exactly what happens to people who betray me." "It wasn't supposed to happen like this," she whispered. "We fell in love. We couldn't help it. Couldn't help stealing my dress? Couldn't help waiting until I was out of town?" I laughed softly. "Please, Amelia. At least have the decency to be honest about your choices." The bathroom door opened. A woman walked in, took one look at us, and quickly walked back out. "What's this announcement everyone's talking about?" Amelia demanded. "You'll find out at the gala. Bring your best smile. There will be photographers." Her face crumpled. "Why are you being like this? I'm your sister." "Exactly. You were my sister, which made your betrayal so much worse." A sharp knock interrupted us. "Amelia?" Axel's voice called. "Is everything okay?" I opened the door, coming face to face with him. "Everything's fine. We're just having a little sister chat. By the way, how's the company doing, Axel? I heard there were some concerning quarterly reports." He paled again. "How did you—" "I always did pay more attention to business than you gave me credit for." I patted his cheek as I passed. "See you at the gala." Back at my table, my phone buzzed with a text from an unknown number. "We need to talk about Axel Harris. Meet me tomorrow, 10 a.m., Capital Coffee." I was about to delete it when another text came through. "I have information you'll want to hear before the gala. Ask for Cameron." Across the restaurant, I could see Axel and Amelia in heated discussion, their celebration thoroughly disrupted. Their friends were making excuses, leaving in pairs. My lamb arrived, perfectly cooked. As I ate, I noticed Layla watching me from their table, her expression a mix of fear and admiration. "More champagne, miss?" the waiter asked. "No, thank you. But please send a bottle to my sister's table, with my congratulations." I finished my meal slowly, savoring each bite as their party disintegrated around them. As I stood to leave, I dropped a business card on their table. You might need this, I told Axel. It's my lawyer's number, for when you figure out what's coming. Outside, the night air was cool against my skin. My phone buzzed again. The unknown number. Tomorrow, 10 a.m. Don't be late. You'll want to hear this. I saved the number under Cameron and flagged down a taxi. The night had gone perfectly, but tomorrow promised to be even more interesting. After all, in business and revenge, information is everything. Capital Coffee was busy when I arrived at 9:55 a.m. A man in a charcoal suit waved from a corner table. Athletic build, sharp features. Definitely not what I was expecting. You must be Cameron, I said, sliding into the seat across from him. And you're the woman who's about to take down Axel Harris. He pushed a coffee toward me. Already ordered. Black, 2 sugars. Your usual according to the barista. Should I be concerned you know my coffee order? I make it my business to know things. He slid a folder across the table. Like how Axel's been embezzling from his family's company for the past year. I opened the folder, scanning documents filled with transaction records and bank statements. How did you get these? I'm the external auditor, hired by the board last month. Found some concerning patterns. Cameron leaned forward. But here's what's interesting. The money isn't in his accounts. It's in your sister's. My coffee cup froze halfway to my lips. What? Axel's been funneling company funds into accounts under Amelia's name. She probably doesn't even know they exist. He tapped the documents. Your acquisition isn't just going to expose his mismanagement, it's going to uncover fraud. Why are you showing me this? Because Axel did the same thing to my sister 3 years ago. Different company, same scheme. She lost everything when it came crashing down. His jaw tightened. He's got a pattern. My phone buzzed. Amelia calling again. I declined it. Does the board know? I asked. Not yet. I was preparing my report when I heard about your acquisition. Cameron sat back. Thought you might want this information before the gala. The cafe door chimed. I glanced up to see Layla walking in. She spotted me and froze. Don't look now, I told Cameron, but we're about to have company. Ellie! Layla hurried over. I've been trying to reach you. Amelia's a mess. She stopped, noticing Cameron. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize. It's fine, I said. We're just discussing business. What about Amelia? Layla shifted uncomfortably. She found something weird in her mail. Bank statements for accounts she says aren't hers. Axel told her it was a mistake, but... When did these arrive? Cameron interrupted. Yesterday, after the dinner at LeBlanc. Layla looked between us. What's going on? I gathered the documents, sliding them into my bag. Tell Amelia to keep those statements somewhere safe, and tell her not to sign anything Axel gives her. Ellie, you're scaring me. Good, you should be scared. I stood up. Cameron, walk with me? Outside, the morning sun was harsh and bright. Cameron fell into step beside me. Your sister's lucky, he said. Most of Axel's victims don't find out until it's too late. She's not lucky. She's just got me. I stopped walking. I need everything you have on his previous schemes. Already compiled. He pulled a USB drive from his pocket. But be careful. He gets dangerous when cornered. So do I. My phone buzzed again. This time a text from Axel. Just got an interesting call from the board. What have you done? Looks like he's starting to piece it together, Cameron observed, reading over my shoulder. Good. I typed back. Looking forward to discussing it at the gala. You're enjoying this, Cameron noted, a hint of admiration in his voice. Wouldn't you? Fair point. He handed me his card. Call me if you need anything else. And Ellie? He caught my eye. Make it hurt. I watched him walk away, then called Bruno. We need to move up the timeline, I said when he answered. How fast can you get the board together? They're already asking questions. Axel's been making calls all morning. Perfect. Send me everything you have on the board members. And Bruno, make sure my sister gets an official invitation to the emergency board meeting. Already done. But Ellie, be careful. Cornered rats bite. I ended the call and opened my rideshare app. Another text came through, this time from Amelia. Found more statements. We need to talk. Please. Finally, I thought. The pieces were falling into place. Where to? The driver asked as I slid into the back seat. Law offices of Riley and Associates, I replied, thinking of Christine. Time to prepare for war. The USB drive felt heavy in my pocket. Ammunition I hadn't expected, but desperately needed. Sometimes karma needs a little help, and sometimes it sends exactly the right ally at exactly the right time. The emergency board meeting was set for 3 p.m., but I arrived early to watch them file in. Axel's father, looking grave. His uncle, checking his phone nervously. Board members I'd researched extensively over the past months, all wearing expressions of concern. Amelia arrived last, clutching her purse like a shield. She'd been crying. What is this? Axel demanded when he saw me. You can't be here. Actually, Bruno stepped forward. Ms. Pierce is now the majority shareholder. She has every right to be here. The room erupted in whispers. Axel's father stood up. What did you say? Perhaps we should begin, I suggested, taking my seat at the head of the table. We have a lot to discuss. Cameron entered quietly, carrying his audit reports. Axel's face went from red to white in seconds. Before we start, I said, I should mention that everything said here is being recorded. Legal requirement, you understand. This is ridiculous, Axel sputtered. You can't. Show them. I nodded to Cameron. He connected his laptop to the projector. Bank statements filled the screen, transactions highlighted in angry red. Over the past 14 months, Cameron began, approximately $12 million has been diverted from company accounts into private holdings. Axel's father leaned forward. That's impossible. Our internal audits were falsified, Cameron finished. The real numbers tell a different story. I watched Amelia as the evidence mounted. Her hands shook as she recognized the account numbers, the same ones from her mysterious statements. These accounts, Cameron continued, were opened under the name of Amelia Pierce. All eyes turned to my sister. I didn't, she started. Axel told me they were investment accounts. Did you sign anything? I asked her quietly. She nodded, tears spilling. Last week, he said it was for our future. You bitch, Axel snarled at me. You planned this. No, Axel, you planned this. I just exposed it. I turned to the board. I have a proposal. The company needs new leadership. I'm offering to step in, with immediate effect. This is a family company, Axel's father protested. And it will remain one, I assured him. You'll keep your position as chairman, but your son needs to step down. Or what? Or these documents go to the SEC. I let that sink in. Your choice. The room fell silent, except for Amelia's quiet sobs. There's more, Cameron added, changing slides. Similar patterns at his previous employers. 3 companies, same scheme. Axel lunged across the table at Cameron. Security guards materialized, restraining him. You're finished, he spat at me. Both of you. He looked at Amelia. All of you. No, I corrected him. You're finished. Guards, please escort Mr. Harris out. The police are waiting in the lobby. As they dragged him away, his father stood up. I moved to accept Ms. Pierce's proposal. The vote was unanimous. Afterward, in the empty boardroom, Amelia approached me. Did you know about the accounts? Not until yesterday. I handed her Christine's card. She's the best fraud lawyer in the city. Call her. Why are you helping me? Because you're my sister, and because you're another one of his victims. I gathered my papers. But Amelia, we're not okay. Not yet. I know. She wiped her eyes. I'm so sorry, Ellie, about everything. Sorry doesn't fix it, but this might be a start. Cameron waited for me in the hallway. That went well. Better than expected. I checked my phone. Dozens of missed calls from Axel's family. Now comes the hard part. The gala's tomorrow, he reminded me. Still planning to attend? Wouldn't miss it. I smiled. Want to be my date? He raised an eyebrow. Mixing business with pleasure? Maybe I just want someone trustworthy by my side for once. In that case, he offered his arm, let's get coffee and you can tell me what you're really planning for tomorrow night. As we walked out, I saw Axel being led into a police car. Karma, with a little help from careful planning and unexpected allies. My phone buzzed. Christine. Just met with Amelia. You're not going to believe what she told me. Save it for tomorrow, I texted back. The gala should be interesting. Looking up at Cameron, I felt something I hadn't experienced in weeks. Hope. Maybe revenge wasn't just about destruction. Maybe it could also be about rebuilding something better from the ashes. So, Cameron said as we reached the coffee shop, about tomorrow night? The gala would be my coronation as CEO, but somehow I had a feeling it would be about much more than just business. The gala ballroom sparkled with crystal and champagne, but all eyes were on me as I descended the grand staircase in a midnight blue gown. Cameron waited at the bottom, looking sharp in his tuxedo. Ready to make history? He whispered, taking my arm. Born ready. Cameras flashed as we made our entrance. The business world's elite mingled with local celebrities, all here to witness the announcement. Axel's father stood with the board members, his expression unreadable. Ellie! Christine waved us over. You need to hear what Amelia told me. Later, I promised. First, we have a show to put on. Bruno appeared with champagne. Everything's set. The press is eager for the announcement. Where's Amelia? I asked. Here. My sister emerged from the crowd in a simple black dress, looking smaller than I'd ever seen her. The police interviewed me all morning. They're investigating all of Axel's past ventures. Good. I handed her a glass. Stay close. You'll want to hear this. The room hushed as Bruno took the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us tonight. We have an important announcement regarding the future of Harris Technologies. I felt Amelia tense beside me. Please welcome our new CEO, Ms. Ellie Pierce. The applause was deafening as I took the stage. Camera flashes intensified. Thank you, I began. Harris Technologies has been a cornerstone of innovation for 3 generations. Tonight marks not just a change in leadership, but a new chapter in corporate responsibility. I caught Axel's father's eye. He nodded slightly. As my first act as CEO, I'm announcing a full audit of all company finances. Transparency will be our new foundation. Additionally, I paused for effect, we're establishing a victims' compensation fund for those affected by previous management's fraudulent activities. Murmurs rippled through the crowd. Amelia gasped. To those who lost their savings, their trust, their futures, we see you. We will make this right. Cameron stepped forward, presenting additional documents to the press. The story would break tomorrow. Axel's complete history of fraud, the pattern of destruction he'd left behind. As I concluded my speech, Layla rushed in, looking frantic. She whispered something to Amelia, whose face went pale. What's wrong? I asked, stepping down from the stage. Axel made bail. Amelia's voice shook. He's here! On cue, the ballroom doors burst open. Axel stormed in, disheveled and wild-eyed. You think you've won? He shouted. You think this is over? Security moved toward him, but he pulled out an envelope. I have proof. She orchestrated everything. She trapped me. Cameron stepped between us. Leave now, Axel, while you still can. No! He threw the envelope at me, papers scattered across the floor. Read it. Tell them how you planned this for months. I picked up one of the papers, smiling. You mean these? The records of your offshore accounts? The ones you thought were so well hidden? His face fell. Or maybe you mean these emails? I held up another page. The ones showing you planned to frame my sister for your embezzlement? How did you— I learned from the best, didn't I? You taught me to always be 3 steps ahead. I turned to the shocked crowd. Ladies and gentlemen, Exhibit A in why you shouldn't underestimate the woman you're planning to betray. Security finally reached him, but Axel had one last card to play. Amelia, tell them! Tell them how we planned it together. All eyes turned to my sister. She stepped forward, Christine at her side. No, Axel, you planned it. You used me, just like you used everyone else. She pulled out a recording device. And I have proof. The color drained from his face as his own voice filled the room, detailing his schemes, his manipulations, his plans to frame Amelia if things went wrong. Take him out, I ordered security. The police are waiting. Again. As they dragged him away, Amelia turned to me. I recorded everything after I found those bank statements. Christine helped me understand what he was really doing. Good girl, I said softly. Maybe you're learning too. The press swarmed us, questions flying. Bruno stepped in, handling the media with practiced ease, while Cameron led me to a quiet corner. That was quite a show, he said. The night's not over yet. I checked my phone. The story's already breaking online. By morning, everyone will know exactly who Axel really is. And who you are, Cameron added. The brilliant CEO who exposed corporate fraud and protected investors. Not bad for a woman who was left at the altar, right? He smiled, offering his hand. Dance with me? As we swayed to the music, I caught Amelia's eye across the room. She mouthed, "Thank you," before disappearing into the crowd with Christine. Sometimes revenge isn't about destroying someone. Sometimes it's about building something stronger from the wreckage they left behind. The morning after the gala, I found Amelia waiting in my office, clutching a familiar white garment bag. Your wedding dress, she said quietly. I had it cleaned. I took the bag, laying it across my desk. Bit late for that, don't you think? I know. She twisted her hands together. The police called again this morning. They found more victims. So many, Ellie. How did I not see it? Because you saw what you wanted to see. I sat down behind my desk. Just like I did at first. A knock interrupted us. Cameron entered with coffee and files. Sorry, didn't realize you had company. Stay, I said. We need to discuss the victims' fund anyway. Amelia stood to leave, but I stopped her. You should hear this too. You're one of his victims now. Am I? Her voice cracked. Or am I just another perpetrator? Sit down, Amelia. I opened one of Cameron's files. Let's talk about how we fix this. Cameron spread documents across my desk. We've identified 23 victims across 4 companies. Total losses around 20 million. I'll cover it, I said. All of it. Ellie, no, Amelia protested. You can't. I can and I will. I signed the authorization. Consider it penance for not seeing through him sooner. My phone buzzed. Christine calling. I put her on speaker. Turn on the news, she said without preamble. Now. I clicked on the wall-mounted TV. Axel's face filled the screen, but not from the gala. This was security footage from years ago, showing him with another woman. Young, vulnerable, familiar. That's Sarah, Cameron said quietly. My sister. We watched in silence as the story unfolded. Axel's pattern of seducing women, using them for financial gain, leaving them to take the fall. The reporter called it a systematic campaign of fraud and emotional manipulation. They interviewed Sarah this morning, Cameron added. She's been building this case for years. Amelia sank deeper into her chair. I feel sick. Good, I said. That means you're finally seeing clearly. Another knock, Bruno this time, with more files. Board's waiting in the conference room. They want to discuss damage control. No, I said firmly. No damage control. We face this head-on. Full transparency. The stock will take a hit, he warned. Let it. We'll rebuild stronger. I gathered my papers. Cameron, bring Sarah in this afternoon. I want her involved in structuring the victims' fund. What about me? Amelia asked softly. I looked at my sister. Really looked at her. Behind the designer clothes and perfect makeup, I saw something new. Remorse. Start by telling the truth, I said. To yourself, to the police, to everyone. Then we'll talk about forgiveness. She nodded. tears spilling. I never meant. I know. I surprised myself by reaching for her hand. But you did it anyway. Cameron cleared his throat. The board's waiting. Go, Amelia said, wiping her eyes. I'll talk to the police again. Tell them everything. As she left, Cameron touched my arm. You're being kinder than she deserves. Maybe. I picked up my wedding dress. Or maybe I'm just tired of letting Axel destroy everything he touches. The board meeting was brutal, but necessary. We laid out every detail of Axel's fraud, every victim, every dollar. His father sat silent throughout, aging years before our eyes. Afterward, Cameron found me on the office balcony. Sarah wants to meet you, he said. She says you're her hero. I laughed. Funny. I don't feel very heroic. No? He leaned against the railing. You exposed a serial fraudster, protected his victims, and somehow managed to save your sister in the process. She hasn't been saved yet. But you're giving her the chance. He turned to face me. That's more than most would do. My phone buzzed. Another news alert. Axel's bail had been revoked. New charges filed. Karma's finally catching up, Cameron noted. With a little help, I added. Speaking of help. He shifted nervously. Would you like to have dinner with me? Not for business this time. I looked at him. Really looked. At his kind eyes, his steady presence, his unwavering support through this chaos. Yes, I said. I'd like that. Below us, the city sprawled out, oblivious to the drama in our corporate tower. Somewhere out there, Axel was facing consequences, Amelia was finding her truth, and victims were finally seeing justice. What now? Cameron asked. Now? I smiled. Now we rebuild, together. The wedding dress still lay across my desk, a reminder of what I'd lost and what I'd gained. Sometimes the best revenge isn't about getting even, it's about getting better. The courtroom fell silent as the judge prepared to deliver Axel's sentence. I sat between Cameron and Christine, watching my former fiancé in his prison jumpsuit. He looked small now, nothing like the man who'd once seemed larger than life. The defendant has shown a pattern of deliberate fraud and manipulation, the judge began. The impact on his victims has been devastating. Amelia squeezed my hand from the row behind us. She'd testified yesterday, laying bare every detail of Axel's manipulation. Her testimony had been the final nail in his coffin. Taking into account the severity and repeated nature of these crimes, the judge continued, this court sentences the defendant to 15 years in federal prison. The gallery erupted in whispers. Sarah, sitting with other victims, burst into tears. Additionally, the defendant is ordered to make full restitution to all victims. Axel stood, handcuffed. Your Honor, please. Remove the defendant, the judge ordered. As guards led him away, Axel caught my eye. I held his gaze, refusing to look away until he disappeared through the side door. Outside the courthouse, reporters swarmed us. Bruno stepped forward, handling the press while Cameron guided me through the crowd. Ms. Pierce, a reporter called out. How does it feel to see justice served? I stopped, turning to face the cameras. This isn't about justice for me. It's about protection, protecting past victims, future victims, and everyone who trusted him. That's what leadership means. In the parking lot, Amelia waited by my car. Did you mean what you said in there, about protection? Yes. I unlocked the doors. Get in, we need to talk. We drove to our childhood park, where we used to share secrets and dreams. The swings were empty, waiting. Remember when we used to compete to swing higher? Amelia asked as we sat down. You always won. No, she smiled sadly. I just made more noise about it. You always flew higher. Cameron had offered to come, but this moment needed to be just us. Sisters, trying to find their way back. I sold my apartment, Amelia said suddenly. Used the money to start a support group for fraud victims. Sarah's helping me run it. I know. Christine told me. I'm not asking for forgiveness, she continued. I just want you to know I'm trying to be better. A family walked past. Two little girls holding hands, their parents following behind. We watched them in silence. I kept your wedding dress, I finally said. Why? To remind me that sometimes the worst moments lead us to the best decisions. I dug in my purse, pulling out an envelope. Which is why I want you to have this. She opened it, reading quickly. A job offer? Head of our new victim advocacy department. You've got the experience now, both sides of it. Use it. Ellie. She wiped her eyes. Why are you doing this? Because you're my sister. And because everyone deserves a chance to rebuild. My phone buzzed. Cameron sending a photo from our dinner last night. We were both laughing, caught in a moment of pure joy. He's good for you, Amelia observed. Better than Axel ever was. He sees me, really sees me. I stood up. Just like I finally see you. And what do you see? Someone who got lost but found her way back. Someone who's trying. I offered my hand. Someone who might be ready to be my sister again. She took my hand, standing. I don't deserve you. No, you didn't. But maybe you can earn it now. Walking back to the car, we passed a bridal shop. In the window, a wedding dress, not unlike mine, caught the sunlight. You should wear blue, Amelia said suddenly, when you marry Cameron. Getting ahead of yourself there. Maybe, but I've seen how he looks at you, how you look at him. My phone buzzed again. Bruno this time. The company stock had rebounded, stronger than ever. Trust, it seemed, was good for business. Ready to go back to work? I asked Amelia. Ready to start over, she corrected. As we drove back to the office, I thought about karma and consequences, about betrayal and forgiveness, about how sometimes the best revenge isn't revenge at all. It's rising above it, bringing others up with you. Cameron waited in the lobby, holding coffee and possibility. Beside me, Amelia straightened her shoulders, ready to face her new beginning. Welcome to Harris Technologies, I told her. Try not to steal anything this time. She laughed, a real laugh, like when we were kids. No promises, but I'll try to earn it instead. Sometimes that's all we can do. Try to be better than we were yesterday. And sometimes that's enough.